Thanks for watching. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. What's up, guys? It's your girl Twilight. Today's message is embracing your demons. Now, before I go any further, I want to encourage you to listen to the message in its entirety because this is really, really important. Now, when I say embracing your demons, I want you guys to understand that there is metaphysical properties to this, and this is going to lead to true authenticity and radical self-acceptance. If this is a goal of yours, if you're tired of wearing the mask and pretending like your life is great when you know you're suffering on the inside, or if you're tired of feeling heavy, low, broken, sad, unfulfilled, and you want to know the keys to rebuilding your interior world, this is the message for you. So let's hop right into it. First, when I say embracing your demons, I want you to understand that there's an ends that justify the means. It does not mean that you embrace the parts of you that are destructive, that are callous, that violate the free will of other humans, and that take life and energy away from other humans. I'm not telling you to be a demon. I am telling you to embrace your demons. Is that understood? So what is the difference between being a demon and embracing your demons? Well, what we have to get into is to metaphysical philosophy. So I implore you to stay with me. Many times when we embody demons, it is our survival response to unprocessed emotional pain. It is our survival response to unprocessed emotional pain. And because many of us detach ourselves away from traumas and events that were overwhelming for us, we oftentimes do not have total access and recall of parts of our personality that we find undesirable. This is why I've been beating the drum of shadow work for nearly 5 years now. The important part of shadow work is this is going to put you in access with the wounded parts of you that never got an opportunity to get out of pain. And a lot of times when we have these strong reactions or these behavior tendencies that are destructive, self-abasing, or they are violations to other people's spirit, it's often because this is a part of us that has went unloved, unacknowledged. Now, to be a demon is complete opposite. This is where you are operating completely in survival mode, two-dimensional consciousness. You're very okay with extracting energy from other people and using it for your selfish reasons and purposes. You are cruel, you are callous, you are detached. Most times people who dive into their demonic behavior or their lower nature, if you will, is because they had some sort of trauma catalyst that then led to them detaching away from the love and compassion inside of them. So let's break down this word demon. D is from the root word deity. And when we think of the deity, we think of God. Now, an original matriculation of historical insight, one of the most prominent gods pre-antiquity was the sun god Ra. So when we think of the root word D, we think of it as sun or the sun god Ra. Mun is the root word for moon. So we understand the moon to be relative to feminine energy. We understand the sun to be relative to masculine energy. And when we look at it on a frequency scale, masculine energy has to do with our chakras ranging from the root chakra up to the solar plexus chakra, which is the grounding chakras, or the earthbound chakras, lower chakras. When we look at the moon, it is the higher chakras. It is the heart all the way up to your crown chakra. This is where we start to get into faster speeds of energy and frequencies that the eyes cannot see. Things become much, much faster and intangible as we go up the chakra scales, if we are simply referencing the 7 chakras. There are also the 7 octaves. If you notice, we start from the deeper tone voices like alto all the way up to soprano. Okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. 7. The number 7 has echoed throughout the universe for eons. And this is important because when we are breaking down the science of the word demon, we are looking at our duality. Now, what some people have attempted to do over time with religion is take those dualities and separate them. But by the very definition of the word, we understand that if it's a root word of the word deity, then it has to do with infinite intelligence and all aspects of infinite intelligence. And in fact, if you want to go into biblical accounts, we can see that God in the Bible, the all-knowing, the devil was a part of him, an aspect of him, just the lower aspect. Think about it. That's exactly the verbiage and language that was used in the Bible to describe the demon, or Satan, if you will. So why is this important? Because often when we try to understand ourselves, because man comes and incarnates on earth to understand himself. When we try to understand ourselves, we try to understand ourselves in our duality as one being bad and one being good. I would argue that one is constructive and one is destructive. But when you marry the two, you have unity, you have oneness. Why is this important? Because once you realize that everything is an aspect of infinite intelligence, then you will realize that all parts of you come from infinite intelligence. And to deny one part of yourself will cause you to have certain dysfunctions and malignancies inside. But religion has aimed to do that. And when people operate out of wholeness and they are unable to have compassion for all parts of themselves, then ultimately what you will find is someone who walks around trying to mask the aspects of them that is destructive instead of constructive. That creates somewhat of a problem. Because when a person is met with their destructive characteristics, and when you bring to their attention their destructive characteristics, there could be violence, there could be triggeredness, there could be a ton of miscommunication. When, in my opinion, if you know who you are and you know your aspects of yourself, and you accept and embrace your aspects of yourself, when someone brings an aspect of you that's not desirable to your attention, you are not going to be as fragile. The unfortunate part with people who we have deemed, quote, narcissistic, which in spirituality, these are people who are mostly beings who cannot create their own energy from the inside. Okay, they have stepped into their lower nature and they're destructive and they're in survival mode. So many of the actions that a person who is stuck in survival mode will take will be to be manipulative, to have a superiority complex, to bring harms to others, but have toxic amnesia about the harm that they bring to others, to skip around and dance around accountability, and to surround themselves around people who are always agreeable and never going to hold up a mirror to themselves. Think about a vampire. When a vampire goes to a mirror, they can't see their reflections in folklore, right? So when an energy vampire in real life goes and it has to see their reflection through the eyes of other people, they can't see it. So they literally feel like you are attacking them when in actuality you are observing and describing them. So I don't say be a demon. I say embrace your demons. Getting to know them. How are they created? Many of us have been through trials and tribulations in life and we didn't have proper emotional coping skills. Name one class in high school, college, or grade school that taught you how to properly process your emotions, taught you conflict resolution skills, taught you stress management skills. No. So with our own little minds as little people, as we were experiencing the world around us, when we experienced challenges and changes and turbulence in life, we oftentimes didn't know the best route to take in order to go through and come through these situations okay. So embrace your triggers. Embrace those feelings and feel them all the way through. And the more uncomfortable the emotion is, the more you need to explore it. In exploring that, you're going to find deeply your own vulnerability. Once you GPS locate your own vulnerability and you work on accepting that vulnerability, then that is when you're going to experience full self-integration, radical self-acceptance, authenticity, and groundedness. And every person that you attract from that point forward won't be a reflection of a part of you. No, they'll be a reflection of the whole of you. And that's when you know you found your tribe. So if you guys want more information like this, please go ahead and log on to my Patreon. I'll see you in the next video. Information in the description. Peace.